So we're trying to restore the natural environment, how it should be in the soil, the ecosystem that should be there between the fungi, the bacteria, the roots.
Nature itself is complex, and what we had was a very simple structure in the farm, and we wanted to add more complexity to create a more mosaic landscape to bring more nature back to the farm.
We don't use much mechanisation. We're off-grid, so we'd have no power, no electricity and no water. So it's getting over all those challenges basically and just keeping it open to produce good food for the local community.
I just love coming here, nice people, out in the sunshine, and I live in an old folks' home, so I'm glad to come here. And I just enjoy picking apples.
So we've supported 125 projects so far. They've included farm clusters, new orchard creation, creation of wood pasture, educational access into the countryside, equipment for volunteers, as we've done here at Three Oaks Orchard.
We got a grant for 4 wheelbarrows, which we use every week, you know, every week of the year. So it's fantastic, really. I mean, it's just something we couldn't afford ourselves or would have found it hard to stretch to.
The Farming in Protected Landscape scheme aims to help farmers and land managers with their project ideas and where they align with these themes of nature recovery, climate change resilience, people, meaning the kind of access to the countryside, and also place, the cultural heritage of the area.
We're doing rotational multi-paddock grazing. Each day we move the cattle onto a new piece of grazing. It needs fencing, it needs water moving to it. We're growing lots of biomass. We're keeping the soil in as healthy and happy a state as it can possibly be, and we're trying to pack that biomass down into the ground to sequester carbon. We've had grant assistance towards electric fencing to make our small paddocks up, water tanks and water piping and drag troughs as well. We've had a lot of help from the Chilterns National Landscape team in putting forward this Farming in Protected Landscapes bid. They really opened our eyes to what was possible and held our hand through the process.
The fruit nut tree that we planted by planting trees, we're looking at improving the meadows by creating more variety in the wildflowers and grasses. The fruit trees attract pollinators, and the pollinators attract birds, and then the long grass also is a great habitat for small mammals. Come on. The yard is mobile, which means that we can bring it into the fields, as our farm is quite a challenging layout. The sheep husbandry can be done in the field rather than having to take them back to the farmyard. So the great thing about the Farming in Protected Landscape programme and funding for us has meant that we've been able to kickstart all these projects. What we want to do is create a legacy for the future that goes beyond the time that we have here on the farm.
If we can improve the state of the soil to its optimum, then with the correct management we can store the optimum amount of carbon dioxide. So now I feel quite positive, because I think farming has a unique opportunity to actually go carbon negative and put some carbon into the ground and actually do some good.